May I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house, and woohoo! Markets are finally looking decently green, so that's going to be fun to talk about. We've had enough of these little sideways down action. Of course, it's good for accumulating if you got a DCA every day. But yeah, PulseChain's on the move, and looks like Ethereum's on some sort of breakout to the upside. So looking pretty good. Got to be pretty happy about that. Now, if you guys haven't done already, the show is live on X. So don't forget to share that around. I'd be really happy. Just take a moment to hit that retweet button. Leave any likes and comments will be really helpful. But really, the retweet out there, get it out there, and let's get people onto the markets. PulseChain is on the move, yeah, boy. So it's going to be a lot of fun today. So to get into there and do that. Now, obviously, we're on the move here. So let's get into a lot of cool news. Don't forget to get into the comments as well. Just bringing up a few elements here that we're going to talk about today as well. So we're going to bring up the Ethereum chart and the Bitcoin chart. So let's bring that up. Let's go to the daily as well. I think we'll go to the daily chart here. And let's bring up Ethereum also. Hope you guys have been having a good time out there and enjoying the green day. Waking up to a green day is pretty good. Certainly waking up for us down here in New Zealand. There's my accent coming out there. New Zealand. And yeah, good times. So get into the chat there as well. Let's see what you guys are enjoying also. And let's see where we can head with today's show because it is pretty green out there. So green is good. And let me just realized I'm missing something here. So I'm going to bring that up. Let's see here. All right, so we got green markets on the stock market, green on crypto, green on PulseChain, green. I got green eyes. My green eyes are feeling very green today. We got Revere in the house there. Hey guys, would love to get your take on Curve. PulseChain, I know the founder. I think they're doing some pretty cool things out there. Yeah, I think we actually talked about that briefly a couple of days ago, Revere. But if it's up on the charts, we'll talk about it today. We'll check that out. Thanks for that heads up. If you guys are out in the channel there, in the comments there, yeah, put in your token. Don't shill the channel, but put your token that you're really liking in the chat there. We might just check it out. So we'll do it one comment shill day. That's what we call it. One comment shill day of your favorite token that you're really liking at the moment. Let us know. But hey, look, we're going to enjoy the green candles today, which would be pretty cool. I'm just trying to think what else we're going to be talking about here because I've got some stuff I put out yesterday. I'm just trying to think about where we're heading there. Let me review quickly. Yeah, I think that was it. So we're going to quickly get into the comments. And we've got Wookie now there. Wookie is turning a bit green today. Nice. Really happy about that, especially after our conversation yesterday, Wookie. Green candles, pretty cool. We've got Francis in the house there. Hey, Francia. Francia de Jesus. Hello. Always a pleasure to have you, Francis. And I always appreciate your comments here and there and everywhere. So big shout out for that, Francia. I do notice every time. And of course, we love your shades. We love your shades, at least in the photo. Let me know if you still got those shades, Francia. We got Rivera in the house. Says they are forming a community voting driven fund. Brings actual revenue from real estate back into PulseChain. That's pretty cool. We'll definitely check that out. They are forming. Maybe get the founder to hit me up or MBS Crypto, Riveri. Because obviously you guys know we're doing professional promotions. So if the project stacks up, we could possibly help you with that. So let us know. Hit us up. We got Rivera in the house there. I love green days. Yeah, we love green days, that's for sure. And of course, Francis says clap. I love it. And Brian says, sup folks. Hey Brian, good to see Brian, our community leader in the house. Big shout out to you, Brian. Hope you're doing well out there too. Now, all right, let's get into the show and let's see where we're up to. We're going to kick off with just a little bit of highlights with the monster thread. Obviously, monster thread number 5 is out, week number 5. And of course, MBS put that out early in the week, about 2 days ago. So it's still pretty fresh. So definitely got to check that out on the old Monster thread. In fact, I might post the link to that again, just so you guys have got it. So Monster, and if you did manage to miss it, check it out and repost it. That's the other one, right? Monster 5. Let's call it Monster 5. That's really cool. And we might put a little arrows on that. I just find the arrows help a little bit with the formatting in the old chat there. So if you haven't checked out Monster 5, it's the PulseChain weekly news. Got all the big stories, small, big, medium. You know, it's got everything in there. If you want a good understanding what's gone on in PulseChain over the last week, you got to definitely check it out. Big shout out to MVS, working hard on that too, as the editor-in-chief. We got live in my best life. Hi. Good to see you. Great to see you in the chat there today. Fantastic. I always love all the comments in the chat. It's pretty awesome. All right, let's get into it. So yeah, we got the monster thread. Now, the one thing I was going to talk about is also if you like to do cool art, you can use Imagine. So if you like to create cool videos and images, AI art now allows you to do anything. Anybody can do anything these days. I mean, it's fantastic. Normally back in the day, you have to be like an amazing natural born artist almost, or really study art. But now, you just get AI to do a whole ton of cool stuff as well. So that's pretty cool. So if you want to do that, definitely check that out. It's on my post there. And of course, there's an invite link there as well for Imagine Art. Then you get 500 free bonus credits, which is pretty cool. You can do lots of free artwork without doing anything. So you can try it out and see if you like it. And you can make cool images. There's just a couple of them on the demos that you can make. You can do all sorts of stuff on there. So check that out. Little mini movies. I know people like to play around with that. The other big thing, of course, we saw was SolidX did a big update, which is cool. A dev update. Something big is coming. Front end devs are in full sprint mode, implementing the stunning new X game design. And yes, everything is 100% on track. And that's just the surface. Behind the scenes, the devs are quietly building something much bigger than anybody expects. Yes, X Game is going to be a viral on-chain casino experience. But what's coming next? Let's just say you're going to want to be holding SolidX. Now, we are expecting staking coming. Randy Alasky has talked about that on another post earlier. So presumably that's part of what's going on here. SolidX is about to evolve into a utility-rich powerhouse. So it looks like there's going to be a lot more utilities there as well. So that's kind of the leading statement there. One that fuels an entire ecosystem. So yeah, this is not just going to be one thing, but an ecosystem. Could be pretty cool. This isn't just a game, it's bigger. Stay tuned. So very, very bullish there from the team. And so that was kind of cool. SolidX looking good. Maybe that's a tip of the day. Maybe it is the tip of the day. And that's cool. That is the tip of the day there. SolidX. It's got to be a good move. Now, if you guys don't know, we've already set up a dedicated X Game portal. This is our community. We're the first dedicated community to support X Game. And the link is in the video description, so that you can find the link there as well in the post above. So definitely check that out and join X Game portal. It's our first dedicated community. We also highlighted the big airdrop opportunity. Now, obviously, you have to buy 414 tokens, but you have to buy 555,555 414 tokens to qualify for a one-to-one drop of 5,555 and I think 555,555 WAGME tokens, which are coming. That will yield you a Tropa, PDI, and PRAP Bitcoin, and 414 itself. So there's also some burning going on in there as well. Just didn't highlight that, but you can see that in the monster thread. It's one of the teams that have been showcased there, 414 from Cabal King. So you can check that out as well. That's on my main post there. I think that's almost it. Yeah, we've just got the show today, and here we are live at the moment. So definitely don't forget to repost it out today. The show is in the chat there. All right. And of course, if you haven't joined Strategy Club, it is pretty awesome. So we've got strategy chats. We've got top 10 high performing index, doing very well, by the way. We obviously cover some of the big protocols that will likely do 100 to 1,000x once we get the bull run on the move. We definitely got green candles today. We got daily intel drops and a monthly crypto reports, and we just did that the other day. So you can definitely join up to that Strategy Club. The link's in the video description if you want to join up to that. If you're on X, of course, you can just jump to the pinned message at the top and join Strategy Club today. Only $35 a month, so very, very good value. And of course, you're getting good value in terms of what that is. So definitely join up. There are people out there charging thousands of dollars for the same thing and not even as good. So you can decide though, that's up to you. But that is it. So join up Strategy Club today, pretty much. Hey, we got Q Baller in the house there. Morning all. Hey, good to see you, Q Baller. Hey, you've changed your name. What the? I think they're messing with my heads with the name changes there. All right, so let's jump into the crypto stock market, I should say, and see how that's going. So Wall Street ends higher as investors track US-China trade talks. So this is kind of cool. We've had pretty bullish talks coming out of that finally. And Dow Jones there up 0.25% to 105 points to 42,866. S&P 500 up 55%, 55 hundredth of a percent, I should say. Up 33 points to 6,038. The Nasdaq up 63 hundredth of a percent. 123 points to 19,715. So nice moves on the stock market day. US dollar depreciating down at 98.97. That's going to be interesting. It makes US goods exports more competitive, but raises import prices, arguably for the American consumer. We got West Texas there at $64.71. So just under $65 there, down 0.5%. Brent oil at $66.50 is down about 1/10 of a percent. And so it's going to be good driving season in the USA. Everyone loves summer in the USA. They drive over those 50 beautiful states. So it's going to be what? If they add parts of Canada, they add Greenland, it's 51, 52. And maybe they add New Zealand. They might save us from our terrible leaders. And so we got that going on. We got gold at the moment, $3,350, up 1/5 of a percent, and silver is at $36.71. Silver really moving ahead now. Oh my gosh, that is cool. Let's have a look at the chart here over the last 5 years for silver. And bam, look at that. Woo! We were saying that we talked about this for months, saying that the silver breakout was going to be coming. Now this could go all the way up to like $75, even higher, maybe even over $100. So we shall see. It is $36.70 in the bull market, right? I mean, we're not talking about next month. We're talking about, over the months and months and months and months ahead, probably the next 18 months potentially. So yeah, pretty crazy. And woohoo! Let's see where that goes. Silver on the move as well, so not bad. Yeah, so we did have good news about trade. So U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick said the trade talks were going very well and hoped that they would end on Tuesday night, but said they could run into Wednesday. U.S. stock market has surged in recent weeks, recovering from an April slump, of course, sparked by Trump's Liberation Day. And, of course, we've been tracking that. Investors betting the United States will reach trade deals that reduce Trump's steep trade barriers. S&P 500 is now trading just below its February record highs. The expectation is that they'll figure this out, and the Liberation Day tariff levels are never going to be seen. You can't get to market valuations where we've got them and have those tariffs levels get anywhere close to reality. Obviously, the is on the move there for that. So pretty exciting. The market is liking what they're seeing so far. And look, we haven't even had all these big trade deals that we're expecting to come out. We were hoping that we'd get some this week. Still, obviously, we've got quite a few days to go. So let's see if we get any news out from some of these top 15 countries and the trade deals. We shall see. We got Fast Abdul in the house there. I'm here for the tech. And we got Marco in the house as well. A trooper baby. I wish I had something for that. A trooper baby. I need to get some groovy music here. A trooper baby. Is this going to be any good? Let's see. Is this any good? A trooper baby. A trooper baby. A trooper baby. A trooper baby. Trooper baby. All right, that's enough of that. We like to do some little crazy things now and then. But that's it. All right. Let's move on. Let's go to crypto. And here we are. And we're going to change our point of view. And we're going to change our point of view, of course.
You could get a God candle at any moment.
I disappeared for a minute. I'm back. All right. So let's get to the comments. I'm really trying to move around the studio quite fast. But what do we got here? We got the crypto market is, excuse my French, is actually down 1.4% overall. We're actually at 3.584 trillion, but we got Bitcoin is actually flat. So Bitcoin flat at 109,751, apparently. Let me just refresh this just to make sure it's not stuck. Yeah, I thought it might be stuck. I thought it was stuck there. Okay, so Bitcoin market cap is at 3.59 trillion, down 1.1% overall. I remember there's 17,410 coins listed on CoinGecko. Bitcoin, however, is up 0.1%, and that is in the last hour. It started to move back over 110,000. Woo! Bring it on. Bring it on. And of course, we've got Ethereum at number 2 up 5%. That's the breakout. I said that Ethereum breakout up 5%, 2,000. $2,820 up 5%. That's awesome. And we're on the move back up there. And of course, Magic Carpet Ride money is becoming more valuable. So that's kind of cool. We'll head back to that, 645 million, slowly and surely, grabbing millions a day. We got XRP at the moment is at number 4, and that is down 0.3% at $2.31. And number 5 is BNB, down up 1%, $673. Solana at number 6 is up 2.8%, $165. Number 8 is Dogecoin, up 1.7% at just under 20 cents. Tron there is up 1.9%, just over 29 cents. And number 10, Cardano or ADA, is up 1.3% at just under 72 cents. So those are our top 10. Best performer is of course Ethereum at up 4.9%. So there we go. Over the last week, the best performer has been Ethereum as well, up 8.7%, but not too far behind is Tron, up 8% there. And we did see Tron, flip Cardano and Dogecoin, is currently in between the two of them at the moment. So it's kind of been the biggest sort of flippening type of behavior. Now, total market caps, Bitcoin is just under 2.2 billion, and Ethereum is at 339 million billion, at the moment. So those are kind of the marks there that are separating them from the rest of the market. All right, let's go to look at the top 100 coins. We got SPX 6900 still performing extremely well. Now, this remember, we were covering it way back, I think, when it was just below 100. It is now at number 75. So this thing is still on a tier in the top 100, up 44%, and it's up 12% today at $1.58. So this thing is on the uptrend. You can see on the chart there, it is on the move. So pretty exciting there. Fart coin, if you like, toilet humor, it is also up 32% for the week, 12% today. So that is number 2, sitting at number 83 on the top 100. And Uniswap there up 29%, up 23.8%. So big move today from Uniswap, moving many positions, no doubt, at $8.59. So there we go. When the market's on the move, right, all the swapping, all the AMM type pulls will get re-rated. And we talked about that on PulseChain, whether you love them or not. They will typically get re-rated there. Hyperliquid, which has been one of the top performers, number 4, up 16.7%, 9.5% today, $42.25. It's got a particularly good start, rise there in the last 7 days. And then number 5, Hyperliquid. Sorry, Internet Money. No, sorry, that's not Internet Money. Internet Computer, ICP token, 15.7% and 2.1% to that, $6.17. So, yeah, we had a big move on Uniswap overnight, and that's another bullish sign that we've got a re-rate happening, right? Got a re-rate happening there. We can also see some honorable mentions. We got number 6 at Aave. Number 7 is Arbitrum. Number 8 is Sky, which is, formerly Maker. And then we got number 9 there, Injective, and number 10, XDC Network. Those are your top 10 at the moment in the top 100. Pretty cool. So, yeah, the XPX 6900 will really be performing like a boss. Let's quickly have a quick zoom into that. There's the max chart, right? Look at it. Just absolutely taking off ever since, taking off ever since the 24th of September last year. Had a big rally and then crashed down to 30 cents. What did it get up to? Got up to $1.50 or so, $1.56, and then crashed to 30 cents and then back up again. Back up again to over $1 again. In fact, it's back up at its all-time high. Really, really ready to break through. It's actually 2 cents above the previous high. So it's on the move here at the moment. SPX 6900. SPX tokens can be traded on centralized exchanges. There we go. Let's have a quick look at the website while we're here, since we've been talking about this for a few days. This is the chart, etc., swap and bridging, and you can check out all the details here. Pretty rebel, that's for sure. Pretty amateur, right? It's like something from old back in the old days on the websites. Hey, but look at the charts pricing it up. $1.5 billion almost market cap. It's almost get there. Not far away from $1.5 billion, and that is currently sitting pretty nicely at 75 on the top 100. So that's pretty much it on the mark. But let's get into PulseChain, Pulse Gains, and let's see where we are at the moment. So what are we doing? We're doing here day 760. Well, this is what we started off yesterday, so it must be moving to 61 there. And we'll just do a refresh here on this too. 760. I read this out yesterday. I'm in deja vu land. I don't know what's happening. We're at Pulse at the moment. Quadruple 034 is up 9.5%. Yay! Up 9.5%. Pretty cool. And we got PulseX there is at up Quadruple 0294, up 10.7%. We've got double digits. That's brilliant. We love double digits here. So that's pretty cool. The crowd goes wild. We love it. We love it. All right, so that's kind of cool. We got double digits on PulseX. The buy and burn setting at 7.2%, 1.42 trillion bought up and burn, baby. And then we got incentive token $1.64 is up 11.3%. And we've obviously only got small inflation now, 2,600 tokens per day being emitted on top of 55 million base approximately. So pretty exciting there. $1.64. Hex token at the moment, just under 0.7 of a penny, up 13.2%. Now, we know Hex, obviously, with the thinner liquidity, always going to move more, and there's only so much available. So once it does get a move on Hex, it's going to be aggressive, guys. All I can say is that it's going to be aggressive, and, just take note. Take note. Once it does move, it's going to be pretty fierce. And we're just under, with EHEX at 2,200th of a penny. Combined price of EHEX and PX is back over 9/10 of a penny. Still in the cheap range, guys. Still in the cheap range. But once it moves, it's going to be pretty glorious. It's going to be pretty glorious. And then people will forget all that last, since 2021, all the last, 4 years, all will be forgotten. And then, let's have a look at the last week over the charts there. Let's have a look at that. So we're still green for the last week, actually. 3% for Pulse, 2.8% for PulseX, 12.2% for Inc., and 6.4% for Hex over the last 30 days. Well, we're still in the green, in the red, sorry, for the last 30 days. So obviously you can see that down 50%, except for Inc. token, which is up 2.2%. So if you'd still be up slightly on the last 30 days, last 90 days. Well, Pulse and PulseX are both green, up a few percentage points. Inc. and Hex are down. And that's pretty much it. We'll just leave that there, I think. We've got all-time high. Okay, so all-time low. Apparently, we're still up 71% on Pulse. We're up 232% on PulseX, 316% on Inc., and 91% on Hex, apparently. So there we go. All right, so not bad. Let's look at the gas prices and check that out. We've got, 1.6 million beats at the moment, so pretty good. That's not too high. And, of course, we're at 2 cents for a PulseX swap. Very cool. And the validators at the moment, 50,493. And I think that we've been stuck at that level pretty much plus or minus 50 for the last few days. And then finally, we get to the bridge. And we went through the bridge yesterday. So, yeah, we're up on the bridge. Now, we do have a snapshot. Remember that I've got, I should have taken another one yesterday, to be honest. That would have been a week. This is like 8 days ago. So this was the 6th, was it the 3rd? No, the 3rd. So we're still like 7-8 days ago, and we had 21.9 million DAI. We're sitting at 20.85 million DAI now. That is a little bit of a worry. We're down a bit further than what we yesterday. So yeah, we've down over $1 million. So I have it. Yeah, it will be interesting to see that. We had 7,174 ETH as well. We're at 70,026 now, so we're down on that too, about 150 ETH. Now Hex is obviously up quite a lot. So Hex obviously valued was at $17.6 million. We're now at 19.8. So Hex is over $2.2 million more valuable than it was 8 days ago. So how much did I say? No, not that much. Did I say 2 million? Oh, that was a mistake. That's we got one. No, that's right. No, actually, that's right. Yeah, so 2.2 million. I was right about that. Sorry, double checking there. USDC, we're at 16 million. We're at 15.7, so we're down 3 million on that. That's kind of surprising because obviously we got the ramp now that was actually positive yesterday. So I think we've had some USDC leave as well. So that seems to have happened over the last 24 hours. I'd have to check the bridge, but that does appear to be the case. 10 million, Coast is the same. And USD Tethers is down about $16,000, so not a lot there. And the other big move is that wrapped Bitcoin is down. We were down from 27 down to 26. I think it was yesterday when we were live. Now we're down to 25. So wrapped Bitcoin is leaving the chain. That's a little ominous. So we've had DAI leave the chain, we've had some ETH leave the chain, and wrap Bitcoin. So it's not good, generally speaking. But the chain is up 10%. So there we go. That is where we are at the moment. So some interesting insights there. Marco says 414 Pulse, Tropa Dev token. Seek out the knowledge of the ones in the know. No 414. Yeah, absolutely. Check that out. We did talk about that earlier too, Marco, at the beginning of the live stream under the monster thread. All right, so yeah, 414 got the big airdrop opportunity there. You didn't need to buy 414 and then get the airdrop for the Wake Me token. All right, so let's move on from there and look at the volume at the moment. So volume on the chain, we got $12 million of volume. So not bad at all. And we got 249,000 transactions. So there we are. We're still on the low end, but it's at least it's consistent. We've been in this sort of range for about 4 days at least, if I remember rightly. So let's have a look at the tokens at the moment. We've got the HWP that's been launched. Now, I'm not endorsing any of these tokens, of course. We're just going through what is performing at the moment. So you need to do due diligence and not financial advice and the safety of that. You can obviously, use some of the different techniques of doing that. But HWP at the moment, been around for 9 hours, is up 2,200%. Very small, little, tiny retail play, but with a lot of volume. 5.8K liquidity, 21K volume on that one. So you can check that out. Let's have a quick look at it. HPW is a double yield printer token. Let's see what the quick check says. Well, it's got a lot of issues there. Well, it's got the taxes, 7% taxes, got suspicious functions. You do have to check it though. You can also, possibly use Pulse Police and use Midgard's AI checker. Those are other ways helping as well. Check out on the socials also. But that is in the play there. It's got 2% ink yield, 2% X yield, 1% Howl Burn, and 2% Treasury. I'm not sure which team has launched this, so you might have to check that out too. It does have the handles up here, Telegram. So House of Warlord actually. I think I know that team actually. I'm just thinking about it now. I might just have a brain freeze, but that is out and about. So yeah, 2% ink, 2% X, and so forth. So yeah. I think I might have been talking about it yesterday. I can't remember now. All right, so we got Itch Die as well. Been around for 2 months. That's up 197%. Someone's paid for a little promotion as well. It's got the 100 electricity there, and that is up as well. It got pumped out of nowhere there on the monthly. Oh, it's on the monthly. Let me go to the data here. So it just got pumped. Someone's pumped it, $93K, $1,000. So pretty serious move there. And Itch Die there. It doesn't have any other details, but that has been pumped. Someone pumped it. What the heck? All right, so we got the 414. We're talking about that. Marco was talking about it in the chat there. I might as well bring up that as well. So there it is from Marco. And 414 is number 3. So for Gabal King in the monster thread as well. And that is sitting at just under 4/10 of a penny. Has had a nice little rally as well, holding a nice little channel. Sort of, it's got slightly higher lows, but man, if it breaks 5,500th of a penny, game on here, and of course it's got the airdrop, right? The airdrop at the moment, if you're buying, holding 555,555 or 414, you could participate in the airdrop for 555,555 Wake Me tokens, and it's a printer token, right? So you'll be able to earn a lot more tokens from that as well. Kind of cool. Also, 414 earns you 2% PDI, 2% Teddy Bear, 2% Treasury Bill, 2% Reserve Tay yield, and also has a 1% Treasury Bill burn and a 1% 414 burn as well. 90% of the supply has been burned, and therefore there's only about 100 million tokens available. So check that out. It is from Cabal King, looking good. 414, number 3 today, up 42%. Can't be too slappy about that. Another team out there, of course, is Crypto Paradise. Just come to PulseChain. We've got about 134,000 followers, and that is doing pretty well. Also, that is at 3 cents. It's currently up about 30%, and that has also been pumped. So from 2.2 cents to 3 cents on the move. Now, this team will probably have a lot more stuff coming. They are a very large team. They've just come into PulseChain. 130,000 followers makes them one of the bigger influencers out there too. They're very organized, very professional. We've had them on the show in the last week or so with Nick Hellman and the team. They've done some pretty nice partnerships with Emmett Farm, with Kairos as the founder of that, and they've got more promotions coming. They've already talked about that coming. Once PulseChain pumps, that activities were going to be taking place. So expect more from that team. They're going to be, I think, a pretty big influential player on PulseChain's playing field for this bull market ahead. So pretty cool. They're from Surf Token, doing pretty nicely as well. Now, I think they do have taxes. 5% buy and sell tax. And they do have a DAO as well. If you're holding 200,000 tokens on the DAO, you become part of the family, so to speak. So you can check that out as well. Reserve Tay at the moment. Obviously, 414 gives you Reserve Tay and printer tokens. but that is up 20% today. Pretty good. We got X token been around for 10 months. It's up 20% as well. Let's see what else is on the move there. PDC, the Greys. We had the Prairie Banana covering PDC, the Greys the other day. Did a fantastic job of that. And yeah, that's on the move, 16.4%. Now, I do consider it one of the blue chips on PulseChain. Now, you have to do your own due diligence on that. But look, we're getting a nice little bounce back from this mega uptrend that I've got here. And look at that. That is pretty cool. So it looks like we're bouncing off that. Perfect timing. Yeah, game on. I mean, we've got next levels. I got here 5,500. We're currently at 3,100. 5,500 is the next one. And then to get back to the all-time high, that's 1,359. So we could see some pretty nice stuff here. So yeah, just the first level there is 75%. Second level is 322%. So it's a 4.2x. So if you're after a 5x, it's not too bad. Just got to bide your time here on the chart. Also, this is the weekly chart as well, and the RSI is 46. Looking at the daily, we're still down at 47. So plenty of room to move on this one. Certainly to get to that first target, definitely plausible. That could get close to and reach, if not that, 4,700. But could do 55 on a big move, especially if PulseChain, the underlying Richard cores keep going. On the shorter time frame, 4 hours, so we are a little bit hot. We're getting a little hot here on the 4 hour. So it might have to have a little breather here around the 3,100. So just take to that. We've got different time frames to give you clues about where we're heading here. So it might just need a little bit of consolidation around this 3,200 mark. And then, keep watching the RSI just to cool down a little bit there. And we'll see how that goes. We got Tyndall in the house there. Great to see you live, Superman. Hey, Tyndall, big shout out to you. And good to see you in the chat as well. Keep doing the cool things on PulseChain. Now is the time. It's still time to get out and do stuff. Getting ready to get yourself positioned for the run. It's going to be pretty cool. All right, so let's jump away there. Now, what am I going? We already talked about that. So PDC, the Greys, looking pretty good. RSI is up 16% as well. Printer token there from Fast Abdul. He's in the house. There he is there. I'm here for the tech. And he launched the fourth version of fourth liquidity fork with his team. And that was Ink Printer there. That is up 16% today. Let's have a look at that. It's at 3/4 of a penny. And boy, a big pump off there today. Whoa. So we're up there. We're at 66 hundredth of a penny. Now at 3/4 of a penny. And that is up and away there on the 4 hourly. We can see the RSI is getting a little up into the hot period there. Maybe has a little bit more room to move, maybe another 10% or something. But just take note of the RSI there as well. Looking at the daily, we don't have an RSI for the daily yet, but just keep note of the 4 hourly. And we're up 16% today. So nice little bounce off the bottom. Now we're at the bottom. Now we're here. Whatever that song is. we're at the top. We're going to the top now. Buy low and sell high. Isn't that the one? We got Secret Conspiracy at the moment is up 15% as well. Sparta, for those that love the Sparta team there with Wendy's for Tendies, that is up 15% as well. Let's quickly see where that is at the moment. I got the wrong one there. So it's been bouncing the last day basically. So we've got a bounce on everything, right? Pulse is on the move. So everything is bouncing 5.1 cents up to 6.1 cents. So coming off the bottom as well. We got a common theme here. We got Fitzgerald, been around for 3 months, up 15%. We got, what else is there? Top Hat from Crypto Coffee. We had Crypto Coffee on the show a couple of weeks ago. And that was him coming back after a long day. And that is sitting at 3/10 of a penny at the moment, up at 12.7%. So let's have a look at Top Hat. And of course, it's a tribute to Richard Hart, naturally. And of course, it's at just over 1/4 of a penny. It bounced up to 3/10 of a penny. So a nice little move there. Pretty interesting looking chart. Really, even though it's been around since 30th of March, really it's kind of launched on the 2nd of May, and it's up since then. So let's have a quick look where we ended up on that. So we had a close. I actually haven't even got the numbers there. What's happening to my? Did I not hit the thing? I didn't. Anyway, we won't care about that, but it's up at 3/10 of a penny, and the previous high kind of was at 3.7 cents. So ignore the first day. And yeah, that's looking pretty good. Let's see what can happen there from Crypto Coffee. Obviously, they made a partnership with Crypto Paradise as well. So that's kind of partnership or collab, let's say. Collab's probably a better word. SolidX. Now, we talked about SolidX, didn't we? Now, SolidX pump tires is up, but for the last 2 months is up 13%. So it's pretty cool. But SolidX, the actual token that will actually be burned with the X game casino revenue, and also will also have staking and be part of this whole ecosystem, right? It's the token. This thing is probably going to explode. So honestly, guys, this it could be do absolutely some amazing things. Yeah. That's right. So don't sleep on it. Thank me later. Do your due diligence, not financial advice. But come on. There's one of the two whales backing this, Fire Whale. Now there are a couple other whales, but this is the two public ones that we talk about. Rack and Michelle and Fire Whale a lot. And this one here is at $10.56, and it's not too far from the bottom. Let's go to the weekly on this chart. It's been obviously around for a while, but things are about to get real for SolidX. Things are about to get real. All right, so we're at $10.56. What are some of the key catalysts? Right, some of the key catalysts. Fire Whale's behind it, and of course one of the big whales, and of course Randy Alasky's associated too, and he's a pretty big influencer in the space and PulseChain. And they've 30% of the referrals that go to it could make this a viral game, particularly amongst community and influencers. Obviously, we've set up a X game portal, which is the first dedicated community. You can join the link in the video description to join up to that. And fourthly, there's going to be a huge ecosystem. They're teasing that to us now. It's going to have staking for SolidX. And then fifthly, we're going to have potentially a huge marketing budget, which we really haven't seen on PulseChain. I think the only one really spending that I'm aware of, particularly a lot of money, is Rack and Michelle, the other whale, right? So we've got the two big public whales going to be spending quite a bit of money. In fact, I think this could be, as I understand it, I mean, I don't know all the full details, but it could be pretty significant. And we're possibly talking some big numbers. I don't want to say numbers because I've heard stuff, but I don't want to go over the top. But let's just say marketing budget, and we could see some cool things happen. So and this is going to be burned up as well with some of the revenue. So you're going to have big buy pressure potentially, and big burn pressures on the supply side, and part of a whole ecosystem. It could be pretty cool. And don't forget, X Games going to have expected to have a casino license, which would be one of the rare things in crypto. So it could be pretty exciting. So $10.60 at the moment. This could be the last time to get this cheap. How high could it go? Well, it could go pretty damn high. And the second week when it was alive, it was up at $265, and we were there watching that in the Discord. If you join our Discord, links in the video description. $265 currently at $10. And now it's really, that was without any of the stuff that's coming, but now we're about to have the stuff come, right? All the stuff that's open. So and this could, if it turns out to be truly viral like we're expecting it to be, this not only will be good for PulseChain, but SolidX could really do some magic there. Now, that's the catalysts. Now, obviously, do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. But there we go. Hey, we got Marco in the house there, smiling faces with sunglasses. I don't know if it came up on the picture on the YouTube. It doesn't come up here on my studio, unfortunately. So, but sorry about that. But appreciate the super sticker there. 99 in the house. A big shout out to you, Marco. We got Anita in the house there. SolidX on pump tires only. Did you mean SM? No. So there are three. So Fire Whale, who's the whale, right? He launched SolidX, and that's the token's been around for quite a long time, like almost 2 years, a year and something. That is the one you need to buy. That's the one that's going to be the main ecosystem token. But he also launched, so that's the one that's going to get burned off. It's $10.50 at the moment. That yellow one, you can see the yellow one. But the pump tire ones are the green one. So that's the green version. This green version is the pump tire version of SolidX. You can see it's not been around that long. Here we are on a weekly chart, but it hasn't been around that long. So they've been around, pump tire's been around, 4 months or so. It's been around for 2 months. So that's SolidX. Now he controls at least 82% of this. So he may have bought more, who knows? But he controls 82%. And also there are two other pump tires that he also launched, which is Fire Whale. He launched that. He controlled about 55% of that. So that's the one that most people have access to own. And then the last one, of course, is X Game itself. That's pump tires. And that is also probably going to be in big demand, is my guess. It's not really firing today. It's SolidX is the one pump tires firing today because of the SolidX thing. But we got Fire Whale. We got Fire Whale down here. That's the other pump tires. that's the one he only owned about 55% when he launched it. So, if he's been buying it, then things would have changed. And then X Game is the third pump tires, and that one there probably will rally pretty hard, is my guess, when X Game comes out. But once again, that's you get nothing's given for certain, but that is the name of the token. And so but SolidX is the one that's going to be burned off. So that is the one with all the value intrinsically in it. The rest of them will just ride on the wave, as it were, of that gloriousness. Hopefully that helps. Post the link in the chat there, just so you have a link to it if you want to check it out. SolidX, power. Power to people. All right. So there's the play there. Now, if you guys want to find out more details about stuff like this, join the Strategy Club. The link is in the video description. And like I say, only $35 a month. Fantastic value. Join up today. Link is there. And pretty cool. We got a good bunch of people in there. And as I said earlier, I might actually go through it on the way out of the show. But we've got some pretty cool features of that, and very, very, very valuable relative to the price. So I think it's kind of reasonable. We like win-win outcomes here on the Crypto Night Show. That's how we roll. All right, so $10.60 at the moment on the old SolidX. Now, we're not finished with this chart, with this table of performers. We got Dow token at the moment up 11%, so it's great. We were saying this the other day. We were going through the list, and we only had I was talking about 3%. I said, it's nice to see little greens, but it's not, crypto we expect at the minimum like double digits. Like that's like when things get fun, right? And of course, otherwise, 2% is like, so what? But Dow token there, 11%. We got Troper as well. So who was talking about a Troper there earlier? We got Marco talking about a Troper there. That was earlier. Bam. And we got the Troper there at 7.6 cents, up 11.5%. So James Maria. And of course, there's videos floating around of James Maria. And here he is at the moment, 7.6 cents. What a comeback this made, right? After all the rugging, for the Magcas exploit, Mr. Dong. And we're up pretty dramatically. Look at that. Woohoo. What is that recovery? Now, people obviously can't catch these little dips here. But, it's fun just to do the math. 1,860%. So what's that? 19.6x, almost a 20x off the bottom there in 82 days. So, if you say sometimes you can't get 10x's, well, you can on extreme events, at least at the minimum. And of course, if you catch new tokens early, you can make pretty big percentages as well. Just got to be, be in the know, or be at the right time, right place, something like that. So that is the Trooper. We obviously got Hex pump tire. No, Hex is a Hex original. PulseX up 11% there. ALGO up 11% as well. All on the back of Hex, right? So ALGO goes up as a leverage on Hex there. What else there? X Game. We got down to X Game here, 9.25%. This is the one that I think should run, right, once X Game goes live. It's coming off the bottom too, which is pretty nice. You want to buy low, and the news is coming, so it looks like it's getting closer, especially with that X post from SolidX team. So that is up pretty nicely. It was sitting at 2,100 of a penny, and now at 2,400 of a penny. Still pretty cheap, but we could see this hyper pump as well. Previous local high was back here at 0.4 of a penny, and the all-time high was at the launch at 1 cent. 1 cent. So what's that? A 4x from here. 4x from here. RSI is super friendly, down at 45 as well. And so look at the 4-hourly chart there. Still a bit of room to move here as well. We're at 60. Could quite reasonably get somewhere between 25 and maybe 26 before it cool down. Maybe even higher, actually. Could possibly even get to over 26. Could probably face some resistance here with the RSI. It's kind of the play on the old X game. And then we got, what else we got going? Saul, Sun and Minimal. We've been covering this, of course, in depth. Now, it's hyper bullish about this. This is our big corporate on PulseChain, which is great to have. They're also trying out some pretty innovative tokenomics on PulseChain and their business. So very clever. All we have to do is see it substantiated. So what do you mean by that? We see the actions follow up the words, right? That's kind of what we're waiting to see. And we did a pretty good breakdown of this yesterday. Obviously, this is a going concern. The founder, the CEO, Wolfgang's got it to step-by-step deliver. Obviously, they're looking to expand the business. That's always challenging, especially when you're going from one country or a economic union like European Union, and then you're trying to go global to America and other stuff. You've got different laws, you've got different consumers, You got to tap into different parts of the markets, complicated stuff. And you need good management and leadership to do that. And of course, we see that is typically what a lot of businesses fail, right? I would say 95% probably of businesses fail because of just the inability to manage and lead their business properly. So yeah, it's within 5 years. I think it's the old number there, and that's pretty true, right? A lot of people, end up failing. And now you can do that. These are typically, particularly for innovative new businesses. If you're doing the run-of-the-mill businesses, maybe like a dairy, then yeah, pretty much anyone can do that, right? And you'd have to be pretty bad not being able to do that. So yeah, it's at 1.1 cents. At the 11 cents, I should say, at the moment on the old Sol Sunday Manual. We did see obviously a couple of sellers come in. These are people with a lot of pretty free tokens. They got them from the original ones, either as customers or the breakdown there. We still don't really know the full breakdown of the ownership there, but anyone in the top 500 in particular could drop the chart quite a bit. And we've seen a couple of wallets from the top 500. We've seen one wallet yesterday. That was in that candle yesterday. Was in the top 20, and they had 7 million coins. They sold 1 million down yesterday, and that hit the chart pretty big. And we went down from 11.7 cents down to 8.4, and now we're back up at 11.1 at the moment. So there we go. Now we do have a couple of addresses that are buying, right? We have the Ramp Now address, which is buying, and we can go check that out. That's this one here, CC96. So that is the one buying. In fact, we can. We can check all that out, see on the chart there. So that's the buys just for today. And let me just scroll this down here. Now, the more we scroll down, right, the more scroll down through the transactions. What's happening here with my mouse? Maybe my mouse is getting a little bit. Sorry, just doing a few things happening here with my desktop. So yeah, we scroll down through here. We're going to see a lot more of the buys come through. See how the buys show up on the chart. The more we scroll down through the transaction history, we can see all the buys come up there. So that's kind of cool. So let me just drop that down, and we can see symbol list. Then we go full chart mode, and we can see just all those. So those are the buys from Ramp Now, right? So Ramp Now is coming on, and it's buying the chart, but it is offsetting. So imagine if you didn't have something like this. Most tokens on PulseChain don't, right? Most tokens are required that new people come in, right? Or existing people buy more, right? Whereas this is happening, it's still the same, but it's actually happening from Europe. So people generally coming in from Europe and buying, and they're with the euros, and they're buying USDC on Ethereum, and then it's coming over to PulseChain, and then it's buying Pulse, and then it's essentially buying a SOAR token, something like that. That's kind of the process. And that's what we're saying. So it's bringing new capital. And in terms of soil, so it's bringing new capital to PulseChain and to soil token, but it's just sort of keeping the price up here. So anytime we don't get any of these whales selling, then we're going to have net buying, right? So we're going to see, a green candle, sort of like what I've got here indicated, that will, potentially go up there, right? Now we did have a sell the news event, right, on the Austrian World Conference back here, and of course that was lackluster, right? It was underwhelming. We didn't get a lot of communication. A lot of things I think didn't happen at the moment, and of course Wolfgang deferred a lot of the website upgrades, so we had to wait for that. So and then we got a bit of selling into that move, and of course the RSI got a bit hot as well, so the TA was all a bit of a rollover. And so have we hit the bottom there at 8.4 cents? Because I guess the next horizontal was only 7.5 cents. So here we are, 11. So there was kind of sort of some of the background. So that is the Ramp Now, and of course that is constant buying. Essentially, that could dramatically ramp up, right? If we get this dashboard, Sun Minimal customers are able to access it, but it could also mean more selling, because people maybe have a better view of the fact that they're pretty rich now if they're on the point system. But most customers, as I understand it, aren't on the point system. So maybe it's like 15% or something. I haven't done the math on that, but that's possibly somewhere like that. And that is where we are. Now, the other big thing, of course, is that we also have the buy and burn. So this is just the retail buying, but we also have the buy and burn. Let me just pull that up as well. And let's have a look at that account while we're here, since we're talking about Sol Sun Minimal. The reason why we talk about this quite a bit is this could be, if the Wolfgang delivers the stuff as it requires, this could be pretty ginormous. Like this could be massive for PulseChain with fresh capital and with a big corporate unicorn on PulseChain. It could be really massive. So it's well worth talking about and giving it a bit of justice there. It looks like I'm having trouble here with Fen Cabell. See if it works this time. No, it's not working. Oh, well, that's just the way it goes. No, something went wrong. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But there's also the buy and burn going on, right? So I'm just trying to remember if I've got the account there. I'd have to go back and look through all the transactions because normally they do the buy and burns in the middle of the morning, my time, which would be quite some way back here. Let me just scroll back right to the top. And let me go to the date here. Oh, let me swap the date over. I think it's that one there, isn't it? And so, yeah, I think it's 11th in the morning. So normally they come around this time here and about 1 o'clock in the morning. I've also got the filter on, right? So let me clear that out. And normally they come about in the morning here sometime and do some buying. They call it testing, but really it's just the buy and burning. Let's see, because they haven't automated it yet. We haven't automated it yet. So let me just scroll back down here somewhere. Trying to remember the count. I thought I had memorized it, but apparently I haven't. Yeah, I don't see that actually come in. So I don't think we've had any buy and burn for 2 days from the looks of it. Coming in from the corporate. I'll have to double check that, and we will check that tomorrow. But that is the play there. So yeah, it doesn't show up in the chart that we've had some buy and burn because it's normally pretty significant, like 20K, 20,000 they've been doing around that mark. So we haven't seen that today. All right, so from the looks of it, because that would probably show up on the chat. Because at the moment we've got 72K buy volume, 74 sell volume, and I'm pretty sure that hasn't. Let's have a look at the chart on the hourly. That's probably the easiest way of doing it, right? So yeah, we have not had any buying coming in from that buy and burn because that would have just, if it come in here, would have pushed us up. I don't think we had it here either back in this part because the volumes just don't show up. They're only like 4,000. So yeah, we have not had any buy and burn come in for probably 2 days now. So they've obviously stopped doing that for the moment. Now, I did some moon math. You guys want to hear it? So the moon math is that they've probably still got most of the money. So they were going to start the buy and burn from the 1st of January this year, which means they've accumulated all these sales. And that sales is my estimate based on last year's numbers. So it doesn't include growth or a decline. I don't think they're declining. I think they're still growing, right? So because they were growing at like 450% last year, second half of last year, would be that they've probably got around about $8.5 million in the kitty, possibly something like that. Maybe so they're pretty. That's US dollars because obviously euro there's an exchange rate about 1 to 1.4, 1.1 to 1.14. So yeah, they're probably sitting maybe about $8.5 million of buy potential in there in the kitty and more and accumulating every day, right? Because they do more sales every day. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty fun to see this all play out, and of course we get the website. It's gonna be pretty glorious. It's gonna be pretty fun. Anita, thank you. You're most welcome. Now, if you guys want to find out more details about forward-looking projections, we've got those too for Sun Mini Meal in the Strategy Club. Link is in the description. Only $35 a month. Great value. Get in there today. Become part of our community. Get all the unicorn alpha, as we say. All right, so let's jump out of there. Let's go back to PulseChain and come back out of there. And we've got PMX 500 is up 9% as well. PNX Phoenix there up at 9%. Ink token is up 8.6%. Mafia there from Jacob is up 8.3% as well. That game is slowly rolling out. We've got what else going on here? Time dividend from KG with the Time Internet Money Wallet. I think this is probably going to re-rate like the AMM pools as we get more valuable. This will go up a lot, 7% at the moment. So what else there? Your Mum up 7%. Pulse Puppy up 7%. Teddy Bear up 6.7%. So another James Maria project. Trump token for Pump Tires up 6.6%. Now, this is all going to ride on Trump, right? Trump token's doing well. Obviously, Liberty Finance is buying the one on, was it Solana? Part of the treasury. So Pump Tires on PulseChain could do pretty well. All on the back of the Trump golden age, and of course how that plays out on Solana chain potentially. That's the narrative anyway. Love.io. Love. Now, we had Anders from Love.io on the show a couple weeks ago too. That price is up 6% at the moment. We are expecting to see, I just don't know when they're going to pull the trigger on their app and everything else for that, but we'll keep a lookout for Love. They are kind of like the little baby mini version of Sun Mini Meal, but they could become big if they actually have a lot of networks and partnerships and app goes viral. So that's potentiality there, potentiality. But of course, we know how that goes. It is difficult. So we'll keep a lookout for that. But, that could be quite a big mover there. Keep a lookout for that one. What else? We've got the DAI token. Now, as you guys know, we've got DAI. We've got PDAI. We've got Good DAI. And we've got the Pump DAI. and that is up 5.8% at the moment, sitting at 0005800. Let's have a quick look at that token, see how that's moving as well. Yeah, pretty much off the bottom right at the moment, so not doing too much, but keep a lookout for the PDI narrative. Of course, Somi is a big champion for the PDI. Guest Station, one of the print tokens from OG WebChef. Well, we haven't seen a lot of those out here at the moment, but that is up 5%, 6% as well. UFO, the child or whatever you call it of PBC, that is up 5% as well. 9-inch, of course, our third biggest DEX here on DEX Screener, is up 4.8%. Let's have a quick look at that as well. That is ticking away there. Like I say, that's on the bottom, and typically these will get re-rated. Now, obviously, you decide on that ones, but look, hey, we've got a couple, right? We've got 9mm, PulseX, and 9-inch. We've got Internet Money Wallet. These are all kind of swapping AMM pools that you can check it out. Now, obviously, Internet Money is in its own class, but does have related features there with the swapping money. So obviously, that will become more valuable over time. What else we got there? Teddy Bear. We talked about that. 9-inch. Talked about that. What else? Everything's pretty green. We're in the top 100, by the way, still. Let's scroll down there. Remember token is up 4.5%. Beast token and is also another OG WebChef up 1.3%. Loan token, Liquid Loans. Let's see where Liquid Loans is at the moment. It's, let's see here. We got Liquid Loans is off the bottom. It was down at 6 zeros, 5,700. Still at 6 zeros, 8,100. And so I say 6 zeros, yeah, 6 zeros, 8,100. And recent local high was 5 zeros, 1,300. So it is slowly moving up there. It's only valued at $1 million. Remember, there's a $52 million sacrifice for this. It's only valued at $1 million. Oh my god! No wonder people hate sacrifices, but not all sacrifices are the same. They're probably, I don't know. What do you reckon? Maybe 10%, 15% of sacrifices have either been okay or good. Obviously, Internet Money was one. I mean, that's doing pretty well. But some of the bigger ones, right? The bigger ones definitely lackluster. Thinking of some of the NFT sacrifices. What was that one? Mint token, mint thing. Obviously, all NFT markets are pretty dead with volume. Like I said, this is why I think the Nexian NFT staking market is going to be huge. Could revitalize that whole area. Because people will be able to get rewards for it, just like they do in the rest of DeFi. So keep a lookout for that. I think that could be possibly a revival for NFT collections and maybe a boom of new ones. We shall see, because people will be able to get rewards just like they do with PRC20 tokens and things like that. So it could be a revival for PRC 721s and 1155s and potentially 404s as well, which already have that sort of dual system anyway, like. So we'll see where it all heads. All right. What else we got here? We're getting the top one here. We got Finvesta. So all the printer tokens are down the bottom here today. Not doing too much. We got GoPulse down here as well. Oh, 9.7 cents. Still holding up. Not too bad. Down 2.6% today. And Stake Teeth and Gelato. That's the top 100. We went through the top 100, man. But that's because we got lots of green candles here. And over 10%. How many we got? We got 33. So a third of the top 100 here on DEX Screener's 24-hour trending is currently over 10%. So we got a third doing pretty well. Not bad. But the top performers is, I guess, Surf Token 414. There's some of the honorable mentions, and then we've got a couple of relatively new tokens there as well. We've got Solo Man in the house there. Good look. Hey, good to see you, Solo Man. Welcome to the chat there, by the way. It's great to see a lot of new faces. Hey, look, if you haven't followed the channel, follow on X, and if you're on YouTube, smash the subscribe button and repost the show. It really helps a lot. And follow on all the socials, and of course all the links in the video description. So join up today. All right, so that is kind of cool. Now I did want to flash back here how we're doing for time. 58 minutes on the hour, so we've still got a bit of time left. So let's go to the Bitcoin chart. I was supposed to talk about this earlier, but we're moving away from PulseChain now, going to the Bitcoin chart, and we're going to have a look at some of this. This is the daily chart. So as you can see, we're kind of got in the tariff window, right? This tariff window, and we're playing out Trump's strategy, right? His three-legged stool strategy, trade deal announcements, right? Reorganizing the world trade. Really the first significant reorganization since maybe the 80s, particularly certainly since Bretton Woods in the 1940s, right? So for some of you that weren't alive back then, like myself, joke. No, but my grandparents and all that were alive. They talk about it, right? So you got secondary witness accounts of the time. So yeah, trade deal. Yeah, pretty crazy. Look, I talked to people back in the what was it? Not just the 20th century. I talked to people that were alive in the 19th century. So I'm like a chain of 3 centuries right here. I'm like a living witness to 3 centuries of humanity. It's pretty cool. Uh, Now, admittedly, probably even when I was younger, probably even earlier, probably who knows how old some of the one, but I did have a conversation. Anyway, I'm digressing now. We got big tax bill at the moment. That's coming through too. And then we got the deregulation leverage, which will take longer, but it's going to happen in little pieces. But these three things are the strategy of Trump's, right? This is going to set us up by the 4th of July, has to be in place for the golden age of America. And of course, in addition to this, which is not really on here, but is all the capital that he's getting investment, well over $13 trillion, which is unbelievable numbers, given that US GDP is $27 trillion, right? Now, Trump is going to try and deal with all the big problems of the United States, but with not in the time frame that some people would like, right? So obviously, he's going to try and deal with the federal deficit. He's going to try and deal with the federal public debt, and he's going to deal with the trade deficit, right? So those are the ones. So the federal deficit is just over $2 trillion a year. After that is interest costs, and then of course the public debt's around 37 trillion, and then the trade deficit's about 1.2 trillion, right? So he's dealing with all that. China's about 350 billion of that number. So those are the problems, and these are his solutions, right? The reorganizing all this stuff. And of course, that's tough love, right? Because why? Because liberals and progressives, particularly liberals before progressives were dominant, liberals were idiots, right? They're idiots, and they pushed us into this position, right? And so Trump has to do tough love, right? They have to do tough love, particularly after the last 4 years, right? So we have that all throughout the West, right? That basically liberals and progressives are destroying the West, and Trump's trying to save it, right? That's basically it. He's the last man standing. He's the last man standing. So if it doesn't happen now, we're doomed, right? Pretty much. So here we are at $110,000 at the moment, and things are going pretty well. I mean, it's looking pretty good. We haven't had the big enough. We've had the UK trade deal. And we've had an in-principle deal, which had a bit of rockiness with China, but really we're also waiting for pretty much the top 15 deals. We may get some of this week. We may get some next week. Certainly, we've got to hear some of them before the 4th of July, right, which is coming up here. So we definitely got to hear some of it, whether it's India, Japan, South Korea, whatever it's going to be. We need to get some of those out, and we are expecting them in the next 23 days, right? So we could reasonably get some this week, next week. We knew that about 10 days ago or so that there were 3 deals that were ready to be signed by Trump. So yeah, we'll see what's happening in that process, but they're going to be strategically released. That's that's how it's going to be played. Trump's a TV guy, right? A TV guy. So we'll wait and see where that comes. So that is kind of where we are, 23 days, and we could get some pretty awesome re-rating in the charts. We definitely have Bitcoin here bouncing from the 50-day as well. So this yellow line, Bitcoin bounced from there at 100,000, over 100,000. Very bullish sign. I was very bullish about this, as you guys know. And here we are re-rating up to $109,800 as we speak. Recent all-time high was back here, 112,000 on the 22nd of May. So it's really game on. Everything is looking good. So everything we've been talking about is playing out. Obviously, we have to go through some red days on the way, but it is looking pretty glorious, and the timing is right to start entering this parabolic move. And of course, algo season hopefully get triggered as well. Now, what will trigger that? We obviously see Ethereum doing pretty well at the moment. So Ethereum, they're breaking up as well. So let's have a look at the daily on Ethereum. I've got on the monthly here. So look at the daily here on Ethereum. We are getting into a very nice position. Look at this. OMG. Altcoin season. It's got to be pretty close. Now, one of the triggers that may do it is the interest rate cuts, right? But of course, Jerome Powell is playing politics on behalf of the Democrats, and he's keeping interest rates relatively high at 4.5% on the federal funds rate. So there's really a lot of the other federal, central bankers around the world have lowered their rates. And of course, US dollars are depreciating. This is appreciating, relatively speaking. And so it really needs to be cut to, probably at least to 3.5%. It's politics is being played, no doubt about that. You can take into account the, trade tariff volatility, but actually the fundamentals are still looking pretty good. Inflation too. There's a few scaremonger liberals out there trying to pretend inflation's going to go through the roof and all that. But it's coming down because we've got oil down. It's like $15 or so. That's the main one. And then if you get interest rates down, you got both of the two key inputs into the US economy, both the physical side of the US economy and the financial side. So you see what I mean? They're trying to hold off the financial side because they want to make Trump not do as well as he would otherwise do, right? So there's the whole play. All right, so that is the game there. We're at $2,800, and of course, the American people are the victims. That's from the Democrats' point of view. They don't care. It's all about power, money, and control. So that is going to play there, $2,800. And look at this. You see what we're saying? We wanted this, right? This is awesome. This is awesome. Let me go to the pictures. What's the pictures here? Oh, that one. Let's go to the sickle. And look at this. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, boy. What is that? Well, we're in a death cross, right? This death cross back here on the 13th of February. And I said we would need some pretty violent moves up. We got some violent moves up. We've consolidated. Zig, 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 zig. Now we're breaking up. And that's why we got Ethereum breakout. We're on the move. It is teasing us here. But we're essentially, over 2,740. So it does look very likely this breakout's on. And look, we got the golden cross coming. Yeah, boy. So get another one of these. Get another one of these moves. And a game on, right? Back into the 3,000s. Going to be pretty good. So get excited about that. So that would put us back somewhere around 3,250 or so. So we'll be in this zone here. And that could be pretty nice there. So we'll bust over 3,000. Let's do it. 3,000's right here, right? So things are looking good. And of course, you know what that means. That means, I don't know why I've got the wrong emoji thing on there, but do I have the end? I'd have to go to this one. We have to go that one. That one. Bam, bam, bam. All right. So, we get up to 3,000. But yeah, look, we could, just like we got back here, we got into this zone almost. We could get back into this zone, right? So that would get us about 3,300 or somewhere in that mark. So kind of cool. That's game on there. So looking pretty good. And we'll get a golden cross. Golden cross. And hopefully it's a real good one. And we'll get something like this, right? Golden cross and up and away. And then maybe start testing. The previous high we had at 4,100, right? We had 4,100 back here, back in December last year. And then, of course, the all-time high, which we haven't seen, is back here, all the way back. And back here, was it 4,100 as well? Actually, it's way back further, isn't it? Back here in the old bull market here, 21. And it was 48, just under $4,900 back in November 10th, 21. So yeah, bring it on and game on. And it's going to be hyper parabolic, right? It's going to be absolutely insane up to the right there. It's going to be insane. Think of this one here and then blow past that, right? Blow past that, like blow past it. Blow past it, yeah. So we're probably looking, like a doubling, from where we are, we're probably looking, up here, minimum 7,500, something like that. So it's going to go, and everything gold. It's going to be crazy, and everyone's going to pull their hair out and dance around in the rain. I don't know. It's going to be a pretty crazy time. Solomon says the name of the platform you are trading on. Well, this is Dex. This is TradingView. Everyone uses TradingView for the most part. It's pretty popular. Virtually everybody. Check that out. And Dex Screener is the other one. So Dex Screener is the one we're looking at here. I've lost it now, but Dex Screener and TradingView. Check those out. All right, so that is where we are at the moment. So yeah, game on. And of course, you guys know, I don't know if I've got it here. Have I got it on this link? Let me just quickly check and see whether I can find the Magic Carp Ride. I think it's on my other links here. Let me see. Let's scroll down here. We're having a good time in the markets today, celebrating. And it's just early days, honestly. It's just so early. It's crazy early at the moment. The re-rate, because we've been in the doldrums, particularly on PulseChain. But, I was still a little bit concerned about losing ETH and DAI and wrap Bitcoin over the chain. That's still a little bit of a worry. We've still got that USDC from ramp now, and hopefully Banxa comes on sooner than later as well with the on-ramps. So we're going to have extra, 4 new on-ramps minimum coming to PulseChain over the year. We've had 1, and then hopefully with that Banxa one coming too. I'm trying to find this link here. Let me just type it in. Why we just do that? Look into Richard Hart. So this is the site, Magic Cup Ride. So Gerardo, credit Gerardo. Thank you very much. And we can see that we're underwater still, right? So the entry price of Richard Hart. So this is the sacrifice money. And of course, this was $645 million at a price of $3,773. We are currently obviously at about $2,800 on the move, and we're about to get a breakout. So it's all going to be closed down. We're 26% out of the money at the moment. So we're down $168 million. So yeah, pretty big amount. We've been way out of the money. We've been down almost at 250 million. So we almost wiped out two-thirds of it. And now we're back up at 477 million now worth. So it's 171,000 ETH. And of course, as you guys know, we recently got onto the strategic ETH reserve at Richard Hart's calling, and of course, it's called the PulseChain SAC there, or strategic ETH reserve. It's sitting at number 2 behind the Ethereum Foundation and ahead of Coinbase, and of course, the US government, etc., things like that. So not bad there as well. So very excited, as we say, very excited. So that is kind of where we're at the moment, and of course, the higher this goes, the better we are. So how high do we have to get to? Well, we have to get to 3775, don't we? So it's about that's about there. Let's just put it up there. I mean, it's slightly higher, but it's pretty much ballpark. That's where we need to get to for Magic Outright to get break even is up there. And of course, how far is that? Well, let's have a look. We need it to go to 35%, which is really not too much in crypto. Let's be fair. 35%. It's a lot when the market's not doing anything, but when the market's on the move, it's 35%. Just sometimes that can be a day in the office. That could be one day in the office. So like I say, we might be a massive 168 million out of the money, but 33% day, and it's game on, right? We're back in the money. We're back at break even, anyway. And then of course, 2x, and it's well in the money, right? And then what will happen on PulseChain? I don't know. How's he going to play it? He can do two things, like two main things. He can either buy up assets, and Richard Hart core tokens, maybe some of the key pump tires like Pump Tire, and maybe was it Best Tire, and the other one is Most Tire. Could buy that pump tires, or he could do an asset backing, which is a much smarter play in some ways. So, or he could do a bit of both. So that's definitely plausible. And of course, asset play would be making some protocol, collateralizing some of that money, also collateralizing the Richard Hart OAS sacrifice coins, right? All the Pulse controls like 88%, I think, of Pulse, something like 87%, 86% of Pulse, something like that, ballpark. And so you could do all this collateral stuff and inflate the money supply massively through asset backing. And that would probably be something that I would expect him to do. And of course, he can do many other things like the Richard Hart wallet and all sorts of stuff. There's lots of plays that can be made to re-rate PulseChain to insane numbers. And of course, at the moment, we can't see it because it's all like we're down, still we're off the bottom. So we're kind of cool. We've gone back up. The market's looking really good, but, we've got to wait for some of those moves. Some people are doubting him, it's never going to be done, but of course, I think he's done a lot of cool signals this year to suggest that, he's on the field. He's on the field playing the game. He's defeated the SEC. He's lowered the inflation on Hex, lowered the inflation on Incentive Token. So signals have been given. He's been done a live stream. So another signal, he's talked about forking, doing a wallet. He's talked about, doing swaps and on-ramps and that sort of thing, or talked about sort of thing. He's talking about developments. So it could be game on, right? So, yeah, we shall see. Hey, look, it's been a fun show, and we're finished with the Magic Cup ride. How about that? It's not a bad place to finish. And yeah, we're about to get this golden cross, right? This golden cross on Ethereum. This is massive, right? So this golden cross, look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo-hee! That could be really the first step in a really mega one, especially when we get something like this, right? Which we're expecting. And that's just to get back to all-time high. We got so much road to run on this chart. And of course, if interest rates do get cut, I know interest rates is a kind of a thing that Richard likes. He likes that. So he'll be watching interest rates very, very closely. That are definitely another signal there that we should see. So if you see interest rates getting cut, think about it. We could see. And of course, Richard Hart, what did he do? He told us in the video. He told us a lot of stuff I just told you, and he put it succinctly in the video. So let's hear from him as well.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
So we might see one of that, right? We've got a couple of whales that can do God mode candles potentially. We've got the Rackham Shells of the world. Maybe to some degree, maybe Firewhale. Firewhale's doing it differently. So I'm not sure if there's fire candle there. We've got Hex Gold Whale out there. We've got Richard Hart out there. Got formerly Hex AA money out there somewhere. who got his own Bitcoin mining and portfolios. You never know. I mean, I don't know how altruistically he is. Obviously, we've got the sacrifice money sitting there. He's got multiple plays that he can do, development plays to just make print money into existence. So there's that too. So we'll see. And of course, we may see, Bitcoin coming in the back, more Bitcoin. We lost obviously 2 Bitcoin, but might get more Bitcoin in, there's lots of different things that could be playing out ahead there. And of course, it can be a win-win, right? He can make money through liquidity providing and all sorts of stuff, being a market maker. And of course, there's lots of ways to win in the game while you're also helping others with the chain going up. And then, of course, the more you get green candles, the more people come in, right? And how it plays out in crypto. So that's what we're waiting for. That's the whole narrative, is it? The PulseChain narrative. So it's going to be fun to see that come into fruition. In any case, we have a lot of cool people building, a lot of people, doing what they can, and we've got rising teams, as we've been covering on our X Space last week. We're going to have another X Space next week with a different title. Last week it was the Rising DeFi Stars. We're going to have another different X Space session next week. It's going to be make a few changes. Obviously, last week was the first one. It was very, very good, I thought, but we're going to make it far more conversational as well, leading into next week. So look forward to that. If you are a team out there, if you want to book early for that, then hit myself or Crypto MVS, a promotional lead at the Crypto Night Show up on that one, and get a booking for that. That is coming up next week at the same time. It'll be Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday 9 p.m. Eastern, which is 1 o'clock New Zealand time, or 11 a.m. in the morning on the following day, because we're a day ahead basically, as well on Australia. So there we go. But if you're a team out there and you want to get on that next X Space, definitely catch us up. It's going to be really, really fun. All right, we've got lots more stuff coming from the Crypto Night Show, so you definitely want to get hold of that coming up. But we'll probably talk about that tomorrow. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show today. I'm going to leave you with some very bullish news, given the way this chart is looking with the golden cross on Ethereum. I'm going to leave you with a video we've been playing for some time over the last week or two, because I think it's very, very apt to where we are in the cycle here, and it's about to enter into the banana phase. We were now June 11th. We get the Trump strategy in by the 4th of July. Then we've got a pretty bullish 6 months ahead of us, haven't we? And leading into the first quarter of 2026. So enjoy the ride, guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. On that note, I'll say goodbye to myself, and I'll say goodbye to you guys. Enjoy the next little video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in tomorrow's show. Bye for now.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get
not
giant.
A mystery. It is a repeat of the debt cycle.
We're going to definitely
They
go
are
now.
rolling the debt. Not a mystery. It is a repeat of the debt cycle. They are rolling the debts. They are doing the same thing. Each cycle is not to do with a halving cycle. Nothing to do with any of that. It's all driven by liquidity cycle and funding of debts. Each phase, we get phase 1 of the banana zone, banana number 1. The corrective zone, banana number 2 comes. Another correction, banana number 3. So this is the banana zone. So that's what happened in 2020, 2021. Off we go. Sorry, that was 2017, which again looks very similar to this one. That was the last one. Here we are now. It can't be clearer to me. I've shown you the macro evidence, the technical evidence, the sentiment evidence. Everything here suggests to me that hold on to your hats. Don't fuck this up. Don't lose control of your tokens. Don't use leverage. Don't get your wallet hacked. Just sit with it. Be careful. Don't get FOMO. Do all of the right things, and we'll go up to the next phase of correction zone. That's going to be harder, because the next one that happens will have a 35% drop, and you'll all say, is it over? And you'll definitely be sure it's over, and everybody on Twitter will tell you it's over, and it won't be over. By our work, we suggest that because of the elongation of the business cycle, because rates were higher for longer, the forward-looking liquidity suggests that, again, probabilistically speaking, without any guarantees, this whole thing goes into Q1, maybe Q2 of 2026, which would align with Trump's, trying to win the midterms as well. So everything's lined up for us. I think it started. So keep the faith, keep building stuff, and let's keep driving Siri forward with all of this. Thank you.